Hi guys, I needed a USB microphone to use with my MacBook to add narration to some of my vlogs and videos when I wasn't talking to camera. So I've picked up a Blue Yetti from the Apple Store. So let's take a look at it. Okay, that introduction was recorded using a Canon PowerShot S120 camera, and my voice you could hear was using the internal microphone of the camera. But everything else, this entire narration, has been recorded using the Blue Yetti microphone. Okay, in this film, first of all we'll unbox the microphone and show you exactly what you get in the box. It's a USB microphone, so compatible with both PCs and Macs. So I'll run through setting it up on both a PC and a Mac. This microphone has 4 recording modes, so we'll look at that and I'll give you an example of recordings in each mode. Right now it's set to cardioid mode. Until recently I was doing my video editing on a PC and I had a very cheap microphone I was using, but it had a microphone jack on it. And the MacBook I'm now using doesn't have a microphone jack. You have to use a USB microphone. The MacBook does actually have a built-in microphone in the left-hand speaker, but it's quite awkward talking into the left-hand speaker. My last microphone was a pretty inexpensive one I bought from Amazon called the starzz microphone. And I remember when I first got it, it took an incredible amount of setting up, playing with the PC's sound levels, and even then, once it was set up, really adjusting your voice to get any kind of decent results with it. It's not really fair to compare the two microphones because the Blue Yetti cost 10 times as much. But I was pleasantly surprised that when I plugged the Blue Yetti into my Mac, it works straight away. I plugged it into a PC, it works straight away. This is how it sounded out of the box. I still need to go into my sound settings and make some adjustments and also play with the gain on the back and get used to how close and how loud I need to speak into the microphone. It's actually bigger and heavier than I had imagined. It's 29.5 centimeters high fully extended and weighs 1.55 kilos. So it comes on a nice solid table base, but it's also got a threaded mic stand mount in the bottom of the microphone itself, so you can remove it from the stand and put it on your own mount. Okay, on the front of the microphone you have 2 controls, the mute button and a volume control which is for the headphones only, and on the back of the microphone you have the mic gain control and a 4-position switch to select the recording mode of the microphone. Okay, on the bottom of the microphone there we have the USB connection on the left, the threaded mic stand mount and a headphone jack. As I said earlier, it has 4 recording modes, and this is cardioid mode, which is the most commonly used mode and can be useful in most situations. If you're recording vocals, a podcast or a voiceover, cardioid is likely your best choice. When recording in cardioid, sound directly in front of the microphone is picked up while the sound at the rear and sides of the microphone is not. Therefore, you'll want to arrange the source directly in front of the microphone. Cardioid will deliver the most direct, rich sound, but will not offer much airiness or presence as the other recording modes can. This is stereo mode. Stereo mode is great for capturing a realistic stereo image. This is omnidirectional, which means that the microphone picks up sound equally from all directions and is perfect for recording a group of musicians or perhaps a podcast. And this is bidirectional, which means that the microphone picks up sound from the front and rear, which is perfect for recording an interview with 2 or more guests. Okay, let's start by showing you how you set this up on a Mac, and then once we're done I'll show you how you set it up on a PC. Okay, so first of all obviously you need to plug the Blue Yetti microphone in via the USB cable. Then once it's plugged in, you go to System Preferences. Then once in System Preferences, Sound, you then need to change the input to the Yeti Blue microphone. You can then adjust the levels. That'll probably need a little bit of playing around with. If you want to listen to your own voice via headphones, you need to change the output to the Yeti stereo microphone. We're not doing that, so I'll turn it back to the internal speakers. Okay, so now let me show you how you set it up on a PC. First of all, obviously you need to connect it via USB. Then you need to go into your settings. Once in settings, select the control panel. Then from the control panel you need to go into hardware and sound. Then sound. Then once in sound, recording, and you'll be able to select the Blue Yetti microphone. Once it's selected, you can change its properties. So you'll be able to adjust the levels and even listen to it. Okay, so let's just take a closer look at the switches. Here on the front, once it's plugged in, the flashing light on the mute button means it's in mute. If you hold it down, the solid red light means you're recording. Hold it again and you can switch it back to mute. On the rear, here we have the gain to adjust your recording volume, and this is the recording mode switch, so you can select between the 4 different recording modes. I guess I should say at this point I'm very happy with the microphone. If you're considering buying one, I would thoroughly recommend it. So thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click the like button below, and if you'd like to see more, the subscribe button.